Hello, and thank you for coming to the Junk to Jewels podcast with Georgette Beck. Thank you for being here. If you have not gotten a copy of my book yet, don't forget, it's Junk to Jewels, A Journey from Brokenness and Despair to Beauty and Delight, and it's on Amazon. You could do audio, Kindle, however you like to read or get new information. It's there. And this podcast was inspired by that story, by that book. So I'm so excited. I love what I'm doing. My life story is collecting other people's journeys and stories. And it helped me become who I am today. So my guest today, I can't wait to introduce you to her. Her name is Keren Kilgore. She is with Quantum Shift Media. And wait till you understand where she comes from and why she's doing what she does. So Keren is a mastery of self coach and book publisher. She works with organizations, entrepreneurs, and visionary leaders, helping them write books that change lives and guiding them on the mastery of self-experience. So for the past 30 years, she has had the privilege of working with authors and writing impactful books that make a difference in the world. She has worked on many types of books, including memoirs, personal development, college textbooks, fiction, and children's books. She's even created a 90-day book launch blueprint to help authors launch their own books and make $10,000 from book sales, speaking gigs, and new clients. Golly, that sounds like something I need. She's also guided people in a 28-day mastery self-experience so they could be master of their lives, connecting them to their higher power to quickly and permanently shift issues that keep them stuck. And I love that I love that. Keren is committing to help people reach their full potential. And she's happily married. She's been married to her husband, Michael, for 44 years. And they love doing a whole bunch of outdoor activities. And they have 2 children, 4 grandkids, and a sweet puppy named Finn. Keren Kilgore, thank you so much for coming to Junk to Jewels podcast. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Georgette. It's absolutely a joy to be here. Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Your energy. Love your energy. Great.
I love it. And I think your glasses match my blouse today, like the same kind of colorful pattern. I'm really loving it. So Keren, I always start the behind the scenes. So where are you originally from? Tell us a little bit about your family.
Oh, I'm
your childhood family.
Yeah, my dad is my father's 94, my mom's 87. They're both very much doing well, and my father his whole career has been a Bible teacher. And so he's been literally all over the world. He's taught literally millions of people.
Oh my gosh.
International Bible teacher. And so my heritage has been very, very rich in moving many different times, lots of experiences. We've lived all over the place, all over the country. We've lived everywhere. But my husband and I met in Fort Lauderdale and got married in Fort Lauderdale.
Love it.
At Church by the Sea in Fort Lauderdale.
I know that church. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's where we got married. And we've lived many different places too. So we've had a very colorful, lots of experiences, lived in some really fun places. And so it's been fabulous.
I just want to stop for a second, Keren. I just want to say something on that because I've learned this later in my life and through the books I've lived vicariously. I can't tell you through how many authors, and especially the travel memoirs and biographies, autobiographies. But what you said about moving all over, like being in different cultures and places, locations. Let me tell you something. If you want new perspective, which changes everything for a person, this is the way to go. I'm fascinated because it kind of makes you a part of who you are in a strong, good way. Yeah. And then you continued and did that with your marriage. So honestly, now I get to travel at this point in my life and I love it. Love it. Because you meet all different types of people and you learn so much. Right?
You do. Yep. So we've lived East Coast, West Coast. We've lived all over the country. We moved here from Denver.
Okay.
But we've also lived in Africa. We lived in Kampala, Africa for a while.
Oh, wow.
So we've been all over. But my husband and I are very close. We look at each other and say, it's you and me, babe. It's you and me. It really is. We love it. It's really great.
It's a gift. And mine's a second chance. And that's what I say in this one, because it's a gift when you have a partner that you guys are doing life together, and
Yeah.
you're team members, you support each other, and you work well together. It's beautiful.
That's exactly
Beautiful.
right. Yeah. So my husband has come on board Quantum Shift, and he's working with me. So we're doing. Yeah, I know, it's great. It's really good. And so I do. I've got just I have 2 kids and 4 grandkids. They range from 9 to 14. And 2 are in Denver. 2 of my son and his family's in Denver. 2 grandkids in Denver, and 2 grandkids here. So we've got family both places. Yeah. So it's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
really
awesome that you have some close and not so far, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah.
My stepdaughter and son-in-law they're missionaries, and they were stationed in Africa. They're actually just going to be coming back to the States in a little bit, and we're going to meet our youngest granddaughter, Evie. That's awesome. Oh, my God.
Great. That's great. Yeah. So I got in publishing 25, 30 years ago, and just started helping people write books and ghostwrite books, and really had an aptitude for it. When I was young, found I really loved it. And it's just I've been doing it for a long time.
What brought you to that, Keren? How did you know you had an aptitude? Did you like writing in school?
I did. I liked writing in school, but I also would look at something and could see that it wasn't clear. It's like, this doesn't make sense, and there's holes in this. If you said it this way, the reader would be able to understand what you're really trying to say. And so it just came. It just came. And then I, studied journalism and studied communication and whatnot. And then, I've been publishing. I help authors write, publish, and market really great books. I'm working on 5 books right now, and it's fun. It's fun getting people's stories, really clear and get that out there, and really helping hone the book. I do book assessments for people, and so they'll give me their manuscript, and I'll give them a really good health check on the book. And and from that, they start rewriting it. A lot of times they know what to do. I give them developmental edits. And so that's always a fun thing to do. And so out of that, I found that a lot of my authors that I was working with were getting stuck. And I was stuck personally.
Yeah.
So my brother introduced me to Mastery of Self.
Okay.
And I went through a 28-day Mastery of Self experience, and it completely changed me.
Can you describe what that is?
Yes, it starts with, there's 28 days. I met with my coach every day for 28 days, every day. And, or 6 days a week, 5 or 6 days a week is what I do with people now. But it starts with desire. What do you really want? What do you want? A lot of people don't know what they want. No. And so then day 2 is clarity and being really clear about what you want. Day 3 is purpose. So we get your purpose. Why are you here on earth? What is your purpose?
Right.
So that every decision you make can move you towards it, not away from it. And it's amazing how many people don't have a desire and don't know their purpose. And they're
sad.
They're floundering. They're just like, they don't. And so in 3 days, we can get that completely nailed down and get you moving in the right direction. And then so there's 28 principles. The last one is freedom. So you're free from all kinds of things so that you're free to be you. And what happens is when you believe a truth and a lie can't live in the same place. And when you believe a lie, a part of you, part of your true personality separates, and it believes that lie, and it's stored in your subconscious, and it keeps constantly programming the logical mind. I'm a failure. I'm unlovable. I'm fat. I'm ugly. I'm
unworthy.
I'm unworthy. I'm unlovable. I'm whatever. I mean, there are millions of them. And what I do is I take people into their subconscious, not hypnosis, just in their subconscious. They're completely aware. And I connect them to their higher power, and we use the imagination, and literally their higher power shifts major stuff in minutes.
I love it.
I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them with people. And I was finding the authors I was working with were stuck. And so I use this technique. I use the 28 days, the mastery, in helping authors get unstuck. And it's very, very efficient. The shortest way to get from A to B. It's the shortest way to get there. So it's been fun and lots of stories to tell on that. Yeah.
I love that. I remember a time I was with a counselor. I was referred to someone, and she specialized in that sort of thing, just sitting down. And twice that happened to me, where I had someone we were just sitting quiet, and they just asked questions, and it was a meditative state, kind of. You just relaxed, and you're peaceful, and you're still.
Yeah.
And it's very insightful. Yeah. Very insightful.
Yeah. And I connect them to their higher power, and their logical mind is not solving the problem. Your logical mind can't solve a problem it created to begin with. And so when you connect to your higher power in that, it's amazing. And I'm happy to do an experience, do that with anybody. If somebody wants to experience that, I'd be happy to do a quick session with you. It doesn't take very long. And it's really powerful. It's really powerful. And it's fun. It's so fun.
I know.
You're using your imagination. And so when I ask you to imagine a picture or a symbol that represents your higher power, it's really cool to see what comes. And I ask you to imagine a picture or symbol of the separated part of you. And what that comes, it's fascinating. Really fascinating. And it gets solved 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. 10 minutes. Very quick.
Oh, my gosh. I think it's so hard to do the layers, but yourself is there all along.
You are. You are you. You cannot not be you. You're you. And you can't be disconnected from your higher power. You're connected. So, yeah, it's 10 minutes. I've seen people who have been absolute suffering from panic. They could not go out of the house. And within 10 minutes, that has been resolved, and they've been fine for 5 years.
I am thinking of a friend that I am thinking of right now, and I'm going to send your name to her.
It's really cool. It's amazing. Honestly, it's the fastest way to get healing and to know who you are that I've ever seen. I've never seen, and I've done a lot of self-help, a lot of self-help.
Me too, and I wish I ran into you a long time ago.
Yeah, 28 days. In 28 days, you can be clear and clean and know who you are and know what your purpose is and have all the tools to shift all the crap that happens in your days.
Yeah,
really,
I like it. I like it. No, I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, I did a lot of reading and self-help that way, and then counseling along the way.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think my spiritual session, my time with God, like I pray, that time, you sit with others. I think the spiritual side of us, it's powerful. It is
powerful. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if you don't feel that connection, it's not because it's not there. It's because things are covering it up, and we just need. Right. I call it transformation by subtraction. Because we're just taking it off, and you're the real one underneath.
Correct.
We need to take some of the misconceptions and the false ideas off.
Absolutely. It's like the pearl. How the pearl, it's uncovering that little pearl and and our jewels. I like my thing to say the jewels. There's jewels. So you have an interesting, fast. And you traveled all over. You were a lot of things at once, it seems. And this is perfect for where you are right now in life. All your travels, all your learnings, and your studies, your communication, journalism, but you saw things. That's a gift. So that was your natural gift.
Yeah.
You could see something. And it's so important because my book took 27 years because I was too scared to put it out there, and I over-researched, over-learned. And then, of course, I had someone do a development assessment along the way, and that helped me shape it a bit. And then another person did something else down the road. And it's also important to help the author's dream or message be its very best because it's something of the heart. It's a creative thing, but it's a tool. And it's meant to help people. So the more you can make it better, just like the music industry, a painter, he's up at a canvas, and at the end, it's however it comes through that process, it's how it's meant to go to the world. So you're playing a very instrumental part in that process. Yeah.
And over the years, I've learned how to do it faster. And the tools that I'm using, I can get somebody there much quicker. In fact, the fastest book I ever published, we wrote it, edited it, published it in 6 weeks.
I love that.
She had an idea.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It was literally 6 weeks, and we had a book in hand.
I have to talk to you.
Fastest one I've ever done. And it's because
I have to talk to you.
she was really,
I have many book projects in the queue, but I would love to streamline some things if I could. So
yeah.
we'll have to see.
Well, and she knew what she wanted, and she was really, really dedicated. So everything I gave her, she got done immediately. And we wrote, edited. I mean, it was a fun project. It was good.
How long have you been doing that part? The book work?
The publishing, 30 years, long time.
Gosh,
Yeah, long time. Yep.
that's excellent. That's excellent.
It's been good.
So I love it when people find their thing and they know right away, like this is their passion, this is their purpose and gift, and it makes and you're shining. I mean, you're making everyone else shine too by what you are.
And with a lot of the experiences I had, my husband and I were foster parents for 9 years. And I was still doing books. I was still working on books, but we did foster care for 9 years. And we had teenagers. So we had 26 teenagers in our home over the course of 9 years.
Bless you.
Yeah,
Wow.
over the course of 9 years, we had 26 kids and learned so much from that. I mean, just like,
Yeah.
that was quite an experience. And so I've got all kinds of parenting, and I taught parenting classes at the Salvation Army during that time because I saw what a need it was in the families I was working with. So I've done lots of different things, but I've always been publishing in the middle of everything else. I've always had books to work on.
And everything you did in life enhanced
Absolutely.
your publishing experience.
And it does for everybody, whatever your experiences are.
Yeah, your life.
You're pulling them together, and that makes you even more valuable and more, more of a help to others. So, yeah.
Oh, I love your heart. I love the roots that you come from, the Bible teacher, your parent. You're blessed to have both of them. That is what a gift.
I know.
The longevity of it, and that's a special gift. I love that. What a blessing.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, the givingness of your spirit and your family, like that brings blessings to you. I think that's another layer of who you become and what you are. You have that layer of favor.
Yeah,
Your heart was such a giver all those years, and now you're still that person. I think that's important too. Like when your integrity, who you are on the inside, shows it outside.
It's true. Yeah.
I saw a lot as I was a guardian ad litem for a bit. Guardian ad litem.
Yes.
Not a litem.
Yes.
Guardian ad litem in our judicial system here, and a big sister for a bit. It broke my heart what these youngins have to experience and do as life, and that's their foundation.
I know.
So, it gives you a certain perspective and a love and an understanding. And then I love that you took what you were seeing and what was needed out in the community, and you met a need. You said, "Wait, this is needed out there," and you put yourself out there. So, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, it stretched me and made me a better person, and your compassion is just intense because these kids are really, really hurting, and they don't, shouldn't be that way, but it is. And so giving them the tools they need to be able to survive and make the right decisions is a big, huge help to them. Yeah.
So the biggest thing I saw too is because of the trauma and because of what they're experiencing, the emotional maturity, the maturity levels are lower than normal, and then put out of the system at a certain age, but they don't have the life skills.
No, right.
Not been trained. They don't know how to do that. And that just, what's the right word? Repeats the not good patterns, or that they can't make good choices.
Right.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
So what else what's this other program you work with let's see, we talked about your 28-day, the 90-day book launch.
Yes, the 90-day book launch. So once you've written a book, and you know what that's like, it's a big deal writing a book. And kudos to anyone who's written a book, because I know exactly what goes into it, and it's really an accomplishment. And then you have it in hand, and then you got to market it, and that's a whole nother thing. And a lot of people, they're experts at what they're writing about, but they really don't feel like they've got the tools or the skills to market the thing properly. So after working with so many authors and experiencing that with them, I created the 90-day book launch blueprint. And it literally walks you through every single thing you need to do and gives you all the tools and the templates to do it. And so it starts with the timeline. And so you put your launch date, and 90 days is about the right amount of time to do it so you can still have a life. And so you put your launch date in, and it will calculate the date, everything you need to do. And it gives you all the tools and the templates, like I said, to do it. So I give you 3 months of social media, all kinds of email templates to build a launch team, a media kit template, a book trailer template, tons of stuff. And I show you how you can make 10,000 from book sales, speaking gigs, and new clients. And it works. It works. And
I love that.
it really does. And so a lot of authors are using it to launch. And I'm highlighting relaunching, because once you have a book, the life isn't over. Your book's still, you wrote it for a purpose. You wrote it for a reason.
Yeah.
And one time is not its full life cycle. It can be launched many, many different times. And so I really recommend relaunching every 2 years. 2 years or so is a good time. Because you have more people in your influence than you had before, and you can reach more people. So every 2 years is a good kind of a watermark to consider relaunching your book. Yeah.
I like that.
And you can use the 90-day as many times as you want. You have it for life. So it's a beautiful thing. And I support it. So you're not just left on your own. There's open hours, so you can come and get live support and ask any questions. So it's lots of support in it. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. As especially, so there's lots of different ways someone could go about a book: the traditional and the self, and then the hybrid. I was a hybrid. I was in the middle. It's self-published, but I had a help of a traditional, which meant the editing and the cost, more cost up front, but you have more control at the end.
That's what I do.
And then I learned a lot the hard way and with solo. So I think if someone can do it, I believe in the support system and mentoring. And I would do this in a second. I had to make other choices and go, with what I could afford and could do. You got to find the way to do something. And I think if you can get support, you get the support, because it does make it better. I think when you surround yourself with excellent people and have this excellence, this attitude, this expertise at your fingertips, it's a good investment.
Yeah. And the key to that is your book cover. If your book cover looks good, it's going to be competitive. If it looks self-published, people they just aren't going to buy it. They're going to choose something else.
I spent extra. I was the timing of my dad's passing, sad, bittersweet. The timing of his passing brought in the final funds when I came to that stage. And you have all the options. And I said, no. I want, when someone touches it, I want them to feel beautiful and then resonate with beauty and excellence and that like jewels, the richness of jewels. And it was an investment, and I believe it'll pay off. That's where I'm right now, and still faith, but it will pay off. I'm with you. I'm a visual, Keren. I'll walk into a bookstore and I'll walk by them all, and then one of them will pop out with me.
Exactly.
And that's the one that did probably they put extra work into it.
And you've got a beautiful book cover. You really do, Georgette.
You.
It's beautiful. You've done a great job on it. Yeah. Well,
so I had a vision, but then you have a team. I had a graphic person that was part of the agency I worked with. And see, team, collaboration, surround yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I do.
Better together.
It's true, better together. And I do all aspects of it. I do the book cover, the interior, I set you up with a print account. And when someone works with me, they own all their rights. They own everything. All the money comes to them. They have their own account to order books. You don't have to go through me for any of it. I just set you up so that you've got full control.
And I love that. And you probably, I was talking to another author too. So if you don't have to have a warehouse and pay rent, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, I'm doing it. I can learn as you go. This is my first one. I'm first time out of the gate.
Yeah.
But like I'm a newbie, so my platform's not out there. So
Yeah.
for me to pay money out, I'm already invested. Like I had to pay a lot out to start myself.
Yeah.
But if you can get a system where it's published and you're not having to pay the rent until they're all sold.
Oh, I totally,
Yeah, that was mine.
On-demand printing is the best, and you order them as you need. Order 10 or 20 or whatever. So good.
Yeah.
You're doing it
Hindsight
good.
2020, you learn and you share. So
You're doing good. Yeah.
So I love the fact that you probably get to meet all interesting people in what you do, right? You're meeting all these authors and people that do that.
People all over the world. So there are all kinds of people from everywhere. Yeah. I think I have one author in Florida. The rest are all over the place. So it's fun. It's good.
I love that. that. What else, Karen? You've had a fascinating growing up years. Where did you go to school?
Oh, I went to 15 schools by the time I graduated high school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that hard? Or were you pretty like solid in yourself that it was just like,
No. Every year it was a new school, more than every year. I would change schools in the middle of the year many, many, many times.
But that and help you with your confidence and courage?
It helped me be more outgoing for sure. Yeah. Helped me meet people. Because I would come into the school year right in the middle of the school year, and everybody, all the friends were already grouped together, and I'd have to figure out how to get in. So, yeah. But my sister and I were close, and she was a year younger, and so we were close. Yeah.
That's beautiful, the sister relationship.
Yeah.
That helps. We moved once. And that was actually at a crucial age. I did a paper later in life that kind of put the dots together and it made sense.
Wow.
So we moved, and I was in fifth grade going into sixth grade from a school that I was there from kindergarten up. And then we moved to a neighborhood where that school, everyone was there from the kindergarten up. So talk about awkward. And you're at that 12-year-old stage, 11. It was hard.
Yeah.
It was part of the heart of what our family was going through at that time. But oh my gosh.
Yeah. I've moved 52 times.
Oh my gosh, you know the total.
Yeah, 52.
52 times.
That's a lot.
So let me ask you a question then, because I'm such a place person. Like it's part of my, I love the place. I have a lot of knickknacks. I surround myself with visual inspiration, but it's also safety too. Like I love my place, right?
Yeah.
Tell me how that was making a new home. Was it, so the design part of you, the creative side probably was like, oh, a new place to decorate and make home. Or was it hard to leave a place?
It wasn't a choice.
Right?
It wasn't a choice. That's what happened. But when I was a kid, a lot of times we had to give literally everything away, but we lived on faith. We lived by faith.
Yes.
And we knew that God was going to provide whatever we needed. And so literally we would give everything away except for a few clothes, our beds, furniture, whatever didn't fit in the car. And,
I love that.
And we'd get in the car, 4 kids and my parents, and we'd go to where the next thing was. And when we got there, God would provide. He really did. So one time we moved from Wilmington, Delaware to California, went all the way across the country. And when we got there, we didn't have any furniture. We didn't have anything, and really no money to buy anything. And my dad felt impressed to go drive around the corner, and a man was having a yard sale. And so all the stuff was out on the yard, beds, sofas, furniture, kitchen table, lamps, end tables, everything. And my dad walked up, I know, and here, this is exactly what we needed. And then the man said, I'll get a truck and I'll have it delivered. And so it's
I call that divine appointment, and you follow that impression, which is God leading you.
Yes,
Holy Spirit.
Everything we needed was moved into the house, and it was lovely. And so that
was building your faith muscles. Every time you did that, you saw how God provided for you all, and no wonder you're blessed and favored today, Karen. Look. You've been learning all this faith stuff and seeing how God provides, and you stepped out. You kept pushing out. You expanded out to what you're able to do. No wonder. I love it. Oh my gosh.
And then you have all the experiences of, meeting new people and seeing new things. And so that's how life was.
Are there favorite places you like to go back to visit?
We lived in Asheville for a while, and we loved going back to Asheville. That was one of our favorites. Where else? We're going to Colorado next week, and our son's there.
You see your family.
Yeah, we're actually going camping. We're going to go camping in the mountains for a few days, so that'll be fun.
Have you camped before?
Oh, yeah, many times. Yep.
Yeah.
Husband and I rode motorcycles for years. We both had a motorcycle. So we rode for many, many years on our motorcycle. And we would each have our camping gear strapped to the back of our bikes. And we would go for 2-3 weeks at a time and go camp.
Wow.
That's,
Just see you on that bike.
I rode many, many, many years.
That's a strong woman. Like, I just see a badass like on the bike.
I've ridden
gosh.
I've ridden to Canada, up to the ice fields, down to Mexico, from California all the way up to Washington, and all the way down to Key West. So I've been everywhere.
Let me tell you, that alone is something to enhance your courage and your confidence and your security, like all that.
And
I'm good at security issues.
One time I did an iron butt ride. It's 1,000 miles in 24 hours. And so I was the only female that finished.
My mouth just dropped for those that are just listening. Wow, 1,000 miles?
I did 1,000 miles in one day. Yeah. Yeah. That was.
And the only female to do it.
The only female to finish. And then all the other girls stopped and got a hotel. And I thought, I'm getting there. I am going where I'm going to the end. Here I'm going.
That's why I was so, it's like, your spirit to people, you get really attracted, and I've learned now later in life, pay attention when you're excited about meeting someone, because you're more to know. So I've been doing better at following up with people, and now this podcast gives me the opportunity to invite people on and then get to the truth. So I definitely want to know you more, and we're gonna do that coffee connect. We're gonna get together, because I resonate with people that like live life, and sadly, I didn't come from that. So I definitely like a science experiment, or I want to like just observe, how did you become the way you became? Like, that's been my life quest, honestly. And it's because it helps me be stronger. And then look, how funny is this? I read all these books forever and ever for myself, but then now it's to give it out. So that's my later in life thing I'm coming to. And now in the next doors that open, because of what I needed. Exactly. And I'll give it out.
Exactly. And that's a book. The book is so important. That's one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing, because a book can change your life. And if someone's published one, and you were compelled to write it. You were compelled.
Someone needs those. Listen,
somebody needs
your story.
And that's why relaunching it, my gosh, don't give it one life cycle. Get it back out there, relaunch it. People need it. They really do. It changes people.
Yes, it does. And I can attest as a reader. Oh my gosh, all these authors. I'm surrounded in my house, and they're all special friends. Like, no kidding. I lend books out, and then I miss them. How is it while you're reading that book? Because I know it's going to come back home. They are dear friends because they're so special. Every gem. That's why every author I would take time. I learned about this from Keren. What's her name? She was a teacher too. She was an author, and then she wrote a book about writing, Bird by Bird.
Oh yes, yeah.
Carolyn. Carolyn. Is it Carolyn
Lamont? Bird by.
Oh, Anne Lamont wrote. I love her. I was going somewhere with this. It was really important, but the words, just share your words.
Yes, exactly. I want to say I often meditate, and I'm often taken to visit God. Really, like in my imagination, I'm going and I visit God and so I'm taken into his study. And he has a beautiful study. My experience, I've been there many times. And so I'll go into his study, and he's got this entire, it's a huge room, and it's
not surprised.
Library. It's a library. It's a huge library, millions of books. And I was like waiting for him to come in the room one time, and I'm taking a book off the shelf and I'm looking at it, and it's signed by the author. And I put it back and I pick another one up, and it's signed by the author. And every book in his library was signed by the author. So your book is
Oh,
there.
my book?
Your book is
know.
there. It's there.
Oh my gosh. I believe that. I believe he's
In God's library. It really is. It
You
really
know, I should change my vision, because a lot of times when I imagine me being with Daddy God one-on-one, I call him Daddy God, Abba Father. I learned that from my spiritual mama. I call her spiritual mama. She was a mentor who first, like, we were led to her. And I call him Daddy God. And I always envision his throne room, and I'm sitting on his lap. It used to be I would sit by his feet, and then I was on his lap. And then now I laugh. I'm too big. Like, I'm an older child now, but I still want to sit on his lap. But I should change that. I want to go see his library. I'm gonna see his library.
He's got a beautiful chair. I could draw a picture of it. It's so clear. But he has a beautiful chair, and that chair can expand. It just naturally expands to fit you and God, or fit you and your whole family and God, or fit the whole neighborhood. And so whoever is there, it fits whoever. And it's special just for you. It really is just for you.
So speaking of the library, so I always had a vision, like someday I'll have a library, and I saw it, a library with a brown leather chair and an ottoman and a grand piano. Okay.
Yeah.
So in this situation, my second chance, we're in a blended family acclimation going on, and we didn't have the library, but I was like, I'd like to make a library. So I was going to buy shelves. So we bought shelves, and that was my first layer of a library. But then years later, my husband's like, all right, we have some money. I can get you a library, or we can go to Costa Rica for a trip, or a trip. I chose the trip, of course. I'm all about travel now and the adventures, because I knew eventually I would get the library.
The library.
So we did so we did come back, and eventually later we had someone, I was just going to have them build shelves, but we ended up hiring an artist. It was another I called divine appointment, because we didn't know this till later.
Yeah.
We met him. He came in, gave us a quote, and then he disappeared. And then we found out he was going through a divorce. And at that time, Scott and I had just started doing divorce care for people. And he was meant to be with us. But he's an artist in our area here in Florida. And his name is Doran Russell.
Okay.
So talented. Karen, you can walk on our shelves. It's all oak. And you can take it apart and move it. If I wanted to take it with me, I can. So it'll depend. But and the ottoman came, the chair came, and I have a mini grand piano in that space. It's exactly as I visualized it.
Beautiful.
So let me tell you about what you dream about. Get the picture with it.
That's why your desires in mastery, day one is desires. So important. They're
So important.
really big.
And
It's a big deal.
But back to that word desires, because I used to feel bad about all the things I dreamed about, and I have this great imagination. But no, that God is the one that said to me when I was like, am I going to serve you alone or with someone? He's like, look at your couple collection. And that came about from a book.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, well, who do you think created you this way and put this in your heart? Yeah, you're going to serve me with someone. And I was like, oh, good. Okay. But yeah, your desires are your unique stamp. It's your fingerprint.
Yeah, and they're not just for you. Yeah, and they're not just for you. They're for the universe and others and whoever's coming in your world. Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to know what they are. You really do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel guilty from it. And so that's what I work with people on that all the time, because your desires are huge. They're really important.
And so even like my husband and I are completely different. Like when I imagine things, I go all out. Like the Breakers was on my bucket list for a lot of years until we got there. And I had other places too. Yeah. But my husband's opposite. Like he could give or take a Breakers. Okay. The Breakers Hotel here in Palm Beach. But we match. But I used to feel bad. Like I shouldn't ask for things so expensive or this or that. But then I learned, no, embrace me. I am the bling bling girl. And that's it. And guess what? Guess who sent me flowers for the first time? God. He used a florist friend. I received this giant bouquet. She was returning a book I loaned her. I loaned her a book about a florist shop, and I thought it was so cool. She's a florist. Here's the book. She loved the book, and I got the most gorgeous of flowers on a day I needed it the most. Like I call it divine appointment.
Yeah.
So grand, Karen. But it made me feel so loved and seen. And That's how God is. Don't limit don't go small on your dreams, and especially your gifts.
Right.
Started on that. You don't hold back.
Right. Good.
This is fun. Any other memories pop up before I start asking the final questions?
No, that's good. I got lots of them, but that's good.
That's for the next book for you.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, what is your favorite book? I know it's hard. Just
it is. I've got so many. Gosh, I have so many good books. My favorite line from a book is my favorite opening line is "They call me Ishmael" from Moby Dick. "They call me Ishmael" is how the whole book opens. It's just one of the most beautifully written stories. So I would say Moby Dick is one of my favorites.
Okay. And then, do you have a favorite quote or affirmation?
I love "Be the change you want to see."
Be the change.
Be the change.
I've heard of that. I like "Be the change you want to see."
The change you want to see. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now,
yeah. Go ahead.
if you could sit down with anyone from the past or present for a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, your favorite beverage together, who would it be and why?
Who's coming? I would say John, the Apostle John.
Ooh.
Why? I would just like to see what his experiences were. And, he was the beloved. And, and to see, because there's so many things that could not be included in what's written.
Correct.
I would just love to sit and talk to him for a bit.
That would be fun. I would like to hear what you would ask, actually.
That would be a cool thing. Yeah.
I always wondered about that. How is it to be he called himself that? Was it because he needed to be that? Because I'd be like Georgette's beloved.
No.
Or he really believed
he knew. Yeah, he knew that he was. Yeah. And he's the one, Jesus, entrusted his mother to him and
his care.
He was very close. Yeah.
That says a lot right there. I never thought about that way of who he selected to take care of his mom with.
Yeah, he selected.
I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Okay, what was my last question? Oh my gosh, I'm thinking. Two. Now, if you could talk to your younger self and say something, or someone who is in a current experience that you did, what would you say?
Oh, good. The younger self resonates with me.
Okay.
And that's because I just recently went back to my college where I went to college. And it was 50 years ago I went to college, first year in college. And I had just left home and I went to this college. I had no idea who I was. And so I was by myself all day. It's Montreat College in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful college. It's where Ruth and Billy Graham, and Ruth Graham was one of my Sunday school teachers. And so she would teach our Sunday school. So
what a blessing.
It was really good.
Because I've read their books and I followed that with Billy Graham from BC. Yeah,
my dad was friends with Billy Graham. They played golf and stuff together. So
dropping names, I love it.
That's what they hung out. Anyway, on that campus, I felt impressed to take my younger self back. It's like I had forgotten her. And because my younger self was conflict, we had lots of conflict, and I didn't know who I was. And so at that place, at that college, I literally embraced my younger self again and said, let's go together.
Oh,
let's do this together.
That's beautiful.
Creativity and your awe at, how when you're young, everything is like, wow.
Yeah.
And let's do this together. So that's what I would say. Don't let anybody limit you. If you feel it, honor that. If you feel it, honor it. And don't let anybody talk you out of what's really passionate and important. And don't live your dream for anybody but you.
I love that. Thank you, Keren. That is amazing. One of the other questions I do ask, did you have a mentor? Was there someone that sticks out to you that made it such a difference?
No, I wished I had.
You met a lot of people and read a lot. So
I did. Yeah. I didn't have anybody. I was kind of on my own.
We're seeing it through all the experiences of your upbringing and gosh, being friends with the Grahams.
Yeah. I love mentoring others. I love mentoring people, especially through the 28 day. The changes I see in people are, I can't even describe how dramatic they are. Absolutely dramatic. And in 28 days, you know who you are, and you just are a better human. You're just a better human.
And then your real life begins. Like if you've been on life.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to get your, so Keren Kilgore is Quantum Shift Media, and that's her website. So you can find her at quantumshiftmedia.com, and I will have more information in the show notes. Do you have social media too, Keren? They can
Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube and all kinds. Yeah.
Beautiful. So if you have a story within you that you've been just thinking about, now's the time. This is your call to action. Reach out to Keren and get more information. And especially if you feel stuck in life or you're not sure of who you are or what you are. I know I talk about that and talk to people, but Keren's got a specific program that will walk you through 28 days. So Keren, thank you so much for joining us on Junk to Jewels podcast.
Thank you, Georgette.
And everyone, thank you for watching or listening. We appreciate you, and share this with a friend, especially if someone comes to mind while you're listening or watching. Send it to a friend and subscribe. God bless y'all.